Forbidden Door Podcast. Go back and lay down. I know, I started clapping. I woke you up for it. I'm sorry. Go lay down. All right. All right, y'all met Ivy and everybody's got Ivy. All right, go back and lay down. Go. It's definitely almost time for her to eat. But this is episode motherfucking 4 of the Forbidden Door Podcast. You know, you come here to hear all the motherfucking AEW news and to hear my opinion that doesn't matter about AEW. But clap it up for my opinion that doesn't matter. All right. So what we're gonna be reviewing today was the last episode of AEW, and it was the Fright Night edition. The first thing I want to just off rip, I really love theme episodes. I think theme episodes are cool, especially when the card is stacked. Like this card was stacked, bro. We had the opening match was a tornado tag match. And you know that's basically no disqualification. It was Darby Allin teamed up with Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, and even Bryan Danielson in the beginning mentioned Daniel Garcia's new ring gear. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, I love the rebrand of Daniel Garcia joining the Death Riders. So my first note that I had here is the show starts on a high. Darby Allin he's one of the contenders for MVP for AEW for 2025. He is definitely, it's like him, Moxley, like them two right now are like really high up on like who would be like the MVP for AEW in 2025. It would definitely my vote would have to be on one of them. I really did like excuse me. I really do like how they're keeping Darby Allin positioned as a main eventer. Just because he's so deep in this rivalry with the Death Riders, who have for almost the whole 2025 have ran the main event scene and just been tormenting the whole locker room of AEW. They're the main bad guys, and honestly, I would put the Death Riders against any faction, low key. Like the internet was hating on them, but I'm gonna be real, bro. But shout out to Moxley. Moxley and the Death Riders have been fire. So another thing I had marked down from this tornado tag match. Excuse me. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm sorry if I keep coughing. Another thing that I had marked down from this tag match, I really loved how it really seems the passing of the baton from Sting to Darby Allin has really meant something, and they're gonna keep it in the writing, I guess, for Darby Allin, because he ends up winning this match with the Scorpion Deathlock. And that's the same way he made John Moxley say I quit after Sting appearing at the pay-per-view. I really thought that was fire writing. Right after that match, we went into like a Hook promo where it was very short, but I loved the walking in. You know, Hook's from New York, his dad's from New York. So like the whole swag, like him walking in, they had the Bottega bag, like bro was just fly. He had the D12 shirt on. Excuse me. And then it's a very short promo. In the very short promo, he's basically saying, hey, like, I know I'm the underdog in this main event match versus Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, Ricochet, and Samoa Joe. He was like, yo, I know I'm the underdog. And right at the end of the promo, he's like, hey, like Samoa Joe, I've been knew your true colors. Because if y'all don't know, or y'all are new to AEW, Hook was originally a part of the Ops, the original Ops, before Powerhouse Hobbs got introduced. When Hook got injured, it was Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Shibata, Hook, and Samoa Joe. Those were the original three. Sorry, I didn't know who I said. I didn't want to repeat myself. And then also they have history because when Samoa Joe, before the Ops was a faction, when Samoa Joe was the actual AEW Men's World Champion, Hook had a crazy, crazy match against Samoa Joe, and that was if I'm remembering right, that was when the internet did that whole shit with who now got released from WWE. So clearly Hook won the war. And Jinder Mahal, however you say his name, put respect on his name. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it right. But from WWE, it was the whole internet thing, like who the fuck is Jinder Mahal or who the fuck is Hook. I forgot who said what on the internet. I think Jinder Mahal said who the fuck is Hook, like trying to talk shit, because Jinder Mahal was facing, I think, Seth Rollins at the time for the World Championship match, and Hook was facing Samoa Joe for the World Championship match, and Hook's match was 30 times better than the Jinder Mahal. Respectfully. Sorry, I'm just keeping it a buck. I wasn't shooting. I promise I wasn't shooting, brother. But we was just keeping it a buck. But yeah. So they had history because Hook faced Samoa Joe when he was the AEW Men's World Champion. So he said, "Yo, I've been seeing your true colors." In the small promo, he's walking in like, "Yo, I've been seeing your true colors," and he promises, "I'm gonna make sure that you do not win this match." So when he said that, I'm like, I'm optimistic now, cause y'all know I'm a Ricochet fan. I'm a Bobby Lashley almighty. Bobby Lashley is Bobby Lashley, bro. Y'all know, bro. I'm a huge Bobby Lashley fan. Like, I'll forever say this. One of the dopest things I ever seen as a kid was Bobby Lashley versus RVD for the ECW World Champion. I think we was in like Orlando. Um, so Bobby Lashley is like super high up, and he looks great, looks super young, looks super in shape. He hasn't missed a step. His matches are amazing. So still to this day, I'm like, man, Bobby might need a world AEW World Championship run, and obviously, I'm Team Ricochet. Ricochet needs, and he's on his quest for gold. So I love the writing. I'm not impatient. I'm not saying I'm impatient right now. I'm not impatient with Ricochet. But again, like so that quick promo happens. I'm like, oh shit, he might stop Samoa Joe. So that means Ricochet or Bobby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's gonna go? Right after that, let's see. Oh, right after that, on my notes, it says so Don Callis does a quick behind the before the Don Callis family summit. Renee Paquette is interviewing him in the backstage. She's like, hey, like I seen a lot of shit going on, Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. What's going on? He's like, yo, we're gonna do the summit, the Don Callis summit tonight, to show you that we're all a family. Like everybody's good. But while he's doing that quick little promo, quick backstage, excuse me, he sees the Young Bucks and he says, yo, he extends the hand again to the Young Bucks. He's like, hey, look, I understand that y'all already told me no, y'all don't want to be in Don Callis family, but that was before. Now look at everything that transpired. The whole AEW is against you. You lost your EVP's title. They're giving you jobber entrances. He's like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Go out there for your match right now, and just think about it. Just think about joining the Don Callis family, and enjoy the entrance I paid for. Man, the Young Bucks, come on. I'm gonna just say this right now. The Young Bucks are probably in tag team wrestling. I think I hate the generation we're in, where it's like everything's the best or everything's the best ever. So it's like it could never just be like really dope or really like that shit was awesome. That shit was fire as fuck. It was great. Everybody has to say, nah, it was the best. It was the best ever or whatever. But I really think the Young Bucks, they have a great argument for in 2025 the best tag team. Like I think they're the best tag team ever. Period. Now that I'm an AEW fan and I'm learning and watching their matches, but as of 2025, I'm saying I think they have a good argument to say that they have the best storyline all of 2025 of like what they're going through, like with no title or the title. Their story has not missed a step. Like I don't know if they pre-plan their whole 2025, like, because wrestlers get injured, so you gotta like make audibles and shit. But I will say again, the story that they're going through, losing their executive producer um titles, um jobber entrances, not having an entrance, shit like that. I think is the dopest tag team story right now in the tag division in any brand all across. They have the best story or the best argument is what I'm saying. I don't want to say it's the best because that's your opinion or anything like that. And again, I told y'all my opinion don't matter. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. So, anyways, I will say this: AEW, this is not an opinion. This is a fact. This is a motherfucking fact. A motherfucking fact. AEW, there is nobody who does multi-mans or multi-tag man matches better than AEW. It's just not. Y'all just nobody does them like them. Like these matches are insane. Like, and for the Young Bucks to be in a lot of these multi-man matches, to just recreate and be so creative with the moves that we know we're gonna see or moves we don't know we're gonna see, how they getting these spots off has just been fire as fuck. So Young Bucks are about to come out to the entrance Don Callis has paid for, and bro, there's like a million fireworks. It's like going off. They're like, what the fuck? They're like, what the fuck going on? So. My bad, Ivy. I didn't mean to get you all excited. Go lay down. Go. Go. Go lay down. Go, Ivy. Damn. Lay down. Lay. Good girl. She got an ear infection, so if y'all see her shaking her head, it's because she got a damn ear infection. How you get your period and an ear infection? Come on, Ivy. Prayers for Ivy, man. So they come out to a crazy introduction. Then it's FTR come out with Big Stoke, Jet Speed come out, and then Jurassic Express come out. So it's a four tag, but only 2 people could be legal at a time, and you could tag anybody, and they're all in the 4 turnbuckles, right? Jurassic Express, I wrote down on my notes. Jurassic Express, they're over as fuck right now. I ain't gonna lie. You need help, baby? I'll help you out. I can see you in the camera. Go ahead, lay down. You need help? Go. Alright. So Jurassic, in my notes, it's like the whole entrance, and then Jurassic Express. They was super fucking over, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Really, really great entrance. Love Tony Khan, leasing real music. Very smart. Probably a pretty penny, but very, very smart for wrestlers. Excuse me. Also, the next thing in my notes, as y'all can see, Ivy, even though I helped her, she's still trying to adjust the blanket to be how she likes it. She could have did it herself, but I seen her struggling in the camera, so I'm like, let me just fucking help her. What I wrote down is that the crowd was involved in this match, or the crowd was lit the whole match. Like, there wasn't no like dry spots. It was very great tempo to the match. We had a Kevin Knight spot. Excuse me. My nose is so itchy. It's so weird, right? Nothing on my nose. I know nothing on my nose, right? I get on camera, bro. I feel like I gotta scratch my nose, bro. Like so many times. I don't know why. It's just like, I don't be picking my nose. So why when the camera get on, my nose is so itchy? But anyways, we got Kevin Knight. He did a huge spot, jumping off the turnbuckle. We got AEW chants right there, so that was great for this match. AEW chants is always like, nigga, that's a staple. Like, that's one of the best chants. Like, I'm always gonna jot down the chants that we get, because that's like the crowd telling you, like, hey man, they getting their money's worth. So AEW chants for just a Kevin Knight spot, because there was many spots in this match, but I'm talking just in the beginning of the match. Kevin Knight did the very first big spot, and he got AEW chance. We go to commercial. When we come back from commercial, it's like Jet Speed is just in their bag. And if you watch the Jet Speed match, y'all know that they have this spot where Speedball Mike Bailey, he'll do a flip out of the ring while Kevin Knight's doing a springboard into the ring. So one tag team's jumping into the ring, one's jumping out of the ring, hitting people. He's jumping someone in the ring. Man, when I tell you, right after that spot, I think it was This Is Awesome chants, because I have chants written down, but I forgot to write down the actual chants. That's not the money. But yeah, and it's like flipped on the page. But we had a huge spot. Kevin Knight almost gets the pin right there. I'm not gonna lie. Watching this match though, it's like I can't even argue. Me personally, I'm not gonna take the stance, and I wouldn't debate any other team in 2025 or who's active right now that's actually better than the Young Bucks. And and I know I said that thing about this generation where we got it. Oh, it's the best ever. Like, come on, bro. But bro, y'all know wrestling is choreographed, and y'all know a lot of these moves these people do. They do in their. It's like in their bag. That's what what we'll call it. It's in their bag. So it's probably a move that they either done before or they do it all the time, but it's just getting to that move or how they execute that move what makes it fire. Like, oh, he reversed this move and then he hit the move. I Watching this match, there's no team that I really can say they reinvent themselves as much as the Young Bucks. Because the Young Bucks, we know there's certain moves the Young Bucks are just gonna do, but the way that they're getting to these moves, I just never seen it. And that was just my main note of this match. I love this match. At first, and even right now, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna be one of the podcasts that like I told you in the beginning of the introduction, my opinion doesn't matter. And if you guys are watching this, I really do appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Y'all can find me on Instagram, TikTok, every motherfucking platinum. You know what I'm saying? Platform. I said platinum, nigga. I'm going platinum with this shit though. But hey, right there, y'all see them links. Go ahead. Hit that follow, hit that like, all that shit. Hit the subscribe, all that. But yeah, I'm not gonna be one of them podcasts that like get on here to talk shit just so I could get some views. I don't give a fuck. Like whether if y'all fuck with me, cool. Like if this takes off, cool. And I would love to work for AEW, but I'm just doing this for the love of the game. I just really love the game. Like but I will say this: I'm not so. I said all that to say I'm not gonna be like one of them like try to shit on whatever company I'm talking about to be like they should have did this. Sometimes I'll tell you what I think. You know what I mean? And but I'm gonna try to do it in the most respectful manner, just because I don't own a wrestling company. And if you know what I mean, I had the bread to own the wrestling company, then I could book my own motherfucking matches. But I will say I was a little bit against the FTR winning. Um, just like just like I love the Young Bucks, but I don't think they needed that win. We already know FTR is a multi-time AEW World Champion, Tag Team Champion. We already know Young Bucks are AEW multi-time Tag Team Champion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Jet Speed, who has put in a lot of work, and who I know, and I get it, it's babyface versus babyface that they face. Uh, Brodito. Let me fix this camera for you. Sorry, I'm just fixing the camera. It was blurry. All right. So just like I know it would be babyface versus babyface, but um I would probably then put another team in there. I just didn't understand FTR winning. I don't know. I don't think they needed to win. But if you're trying to do it just to give Brodito another major, because that's a major team, bro. They're arguably one of the best tag teams ever too. So that's a major team. So if y'all doing it just to give Brodito another huge win, that's the Ivy. Go, go, go. I didn't call you. Stop coming over here, for real, for real. Then I totally understand that. You know what I'm saying? She knows it's 10 minutes before she gotta eat, so she's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you call me. I want my food. Um, but yeah, again, I didn't really understand FTR winning, but cool. After that match, there was a vignette of Samoa Joe, and then there my optimism, the opposite. They showed a vignette of Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page, and I'm like, dang. Ricochet is gonna keep Bobby Lashley too occupied because their story is still going, and Samoa Joe is gonna get this win. And I was like, fuck. And like I said again, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hate this idea, but I was like, dang man, like I really wanted Hangman to have a match where it's like he could really lose. And this is my thoughts while watching. I'm not saying right now. While watching, right? So the vignette plays, boom. After that, the highlight of the show, the most important part for me, the Don Callis Family Summit. So all the Don Callis family is in the ring. Konosuke Takeshita is the only one who's not there. The big points took away from the promo. They showed the painting. If y'all didn't see the painting's fucking tears. I could show y'all the paint, but they gave me a strike, y'all, when I was showing their Twitter. So I'm gonna do that right now because I don't want to get this shit taken down. So they showed the painting of the Don Callis family painting, which was hilarious. And it had every member of the Don Callis family. I am gonna try to see if I could pull it up. Give me 1 second. We're gonna see if we can find this. Let's see. Media. All right, perfect. But I could just show y'all. He got my second monitor? Oh, we got my second monitor set up to this. Hold on. That's on me. That's on me, baby. I could just show y'all real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna just. All right, there it is, right there. All right, so the painting showed, right? He shows the painting, and they got Kyle Fletcher in the middle, which is kind of telling. Seeing how hard they're pushing Kyle Fletcher. And then on the left and right, Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. But the rest of the whole Don Callis family, right? So he shows this, and then he lets Rocky Romero gets a couple minutes, which I thought is very, not a lot of people know about Rocky Romero and how important he really is, and to the partnership of New Japan, CMLL, and AEW. So him being a part of Don Callis family, I think is very dope and fire for him. And him getting, whether he wins and loses his matches, that doesn't matter. It's just he's a part of the actual history on screen and off screen. So him getting a couple minutes on the mic, fire. Then from him it goes to Josh Alexander again, someone who they signed. Excuse me. And I know the internet, they like to bash AEW, so it's like the first thing they'll be like, "Oh yeah, oh you should have went to WWE or whatever, whatever like that." So I love that they're trying, giving him some mic time too. So then Josh Alexander points to the jumbotron, tells everybody to watch the jumbotron. It's a nice quick vignette, big highlights of Okada, Konosuke Takeshita beating Kenny Omega twice in a row. Excuse me. A whole bunch of Kyle Fletcher winning his matches, the title, everything. A whole dope quick vignette. After that, Kyle Fletcher starts reading the oath that they take and some of the things they swore that they would do and wouldn't do. And while he's reading this, Konosuke Takeshita, the Alpha's money, the Konosuke Takeshita Alpha, his music hit, and it was money. It was money, and the crowd is getting behind Takeshita, and I think we need to give him a bigger pop. The promos and storytelling are a different form than America is used to because he is Japan. Both people in this story, the main two people, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, are Japanese. And though they can speak English, their native tongue is obviously their native tongue. So the way that they're telling this story through matches, through Don Callis, through facial gestures, through body language, through simple middle fingers in the middle of the match or face-offs, this has been the highlight of all professional wrestling for me. I'm not biased just because Konosuke Takeshita is arguably my favorite wrestler. But I'm being honest, like as far as like consistency and slow building, a big baby face turn, there hasn't been anything like this in wrestling um, for just a little bit. I'm not gonna say in a super long time, but just a little bit. Like this is the best active story, in my opinion. Again, my opinion don't matter, but we all know Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada is the best active story right now. Everybody is all ears, all eyes tuned into this. So the promo starts. Konosuke Takeshita comes out. Y'all, if y'all don't know, Konosuke Takeshita was Don Callis' first member of the Don Callis family once he turned on Kenny Omega and started the Don Callis family as a faction. And Konosuke Takeshita was the first, right? So Don Callis family. Oh, the first note I have here is so now they're faced off. Konosuke Takeshita is in the ring. And he's standing on business. He's not fucking with Kazuchika Okada. He's in the ring. So now everybody has to stand up, right? Everyone stands up because he's standing up. Everyone stands up. Don Callis is on some like, yo, chill shit. He got the mic and he's like, yo, y'all know how the Don Callis family works? Y'all motherfuckers listening to me. Y'all, you got the IGWP, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. He's the unified AEW champion. Like, all this happens because of me. That was the one thing. That was the first thing. Sorry. That was the first takeaway. Like, if I'm in the middle of a babyface turn or I'm not fucking with someone in my team, and then the leader is on that power trip shit, it's gonna push me. So I'm like, oh shit. Him saying everybody just gotta listen to like shut the fuck up and just listen to him. I was like, I don't know how Konosuke is gonna take that. Then he took it even a step further. This nigga Don Callis says, hey, verbally, not just me telling you the listener. In the promo, he says, I know you was my first to be in the Don Callis, and I named you the Alpha. But now we have a family of alphas. So not only is he telling him like, you ain't special no more, bro. That's my takeaway. Like if someone told me, oh yeah, I named you your nickname the Alpha because you was the Alpha, but now we got a whole family of Alphas. So it's like, dang, fuck my nickname then. It's not then I ain't the Alpha. If everybody's the Alpha, how am I the Alpha if everybody's the Alpha? The fuck. So that was one of the things definitely wrote down. Then he also kind of threatens to kick him out of the Don Callis family. He then says, "You was the first in, but you can be the last out." That's a threat, bro. Like, you gonna kick me out? That's a threat. Then the temperature is rising. Konosuke's staring down Okada. Okada's just smiling. You know, Okada is like antagonizing him and shit. Konosuke looks at Don Callis. Don Callis is like, "Hey, for me, man, just shake his hand. Just shake his hand. No egos. Let's everybody put our egos aside. This is for the Don Callis family. Like, for me, can you just shake his hand? You know what I'm saying?" Yo, Konosuke Takeshita, as y'all can see, my thumbnail, extended the hand. He was gonna put his pride to the side. And he listened to Don Callis. So now when Konosuke Takeshita turns babyface, this is not on him. This is on Don Callis not controlling Kazuchika Okada and not controlling his family. He extended the hand and Kazuchika Okada smiled in his face and flipped him off. It was cinema. It was cinema. They actually obviously had to be broken up. Konosuke Takeshita is like furious at this moment, and Don Callis takes the mic again. He's like, "Hey, since y'all don't get it and y'all ain't like clearly there's some work that needs to be done tonight. Well, obviously it's pre-taped, so technically tonight, but on Collision, not on Dynamite. They was on Dynamite show. He's like on Collision this Saturday, so tonight, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita will have a tag match, and he said they're gonna have a tag match so they could show the world that they could work as a family. I'm expecting a big fallout tonight, and the story is literally just slow cooking and cooking and cooking a new level. This is the money, bro. That's the money right there. The story on why they're gonna have one of the craziest matches that we ever seen. No bullshit. One of the craziest matches we ever seen. So I'm excited to see them have to be a tag team and work as a team tonight. And they are facing the Acclaimed. It's funny, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita on the same team and bumping heads and don't want to be teammates. The team that they're facing is called the Acclaim. Platinum Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, who used to be the Acclaimed and World Tag Team Champions, Trio Champions with Billy Gunn. But now they split up and they don't want to be a team. So it's going to be very interesting to see four people who don't want to be teamed with the person they're teamed anymore or at all. And they're going to have a match that tonight. I can't wait. That's going to be the highlight of Collision for me. It's either that's going to be the highlight or the very next promo right after the Don Callis family was about Mercedes Monet, the CEO, and her opponent for tonight on Collision for the CMLL World Women's Championship, which y'all be acting like she don't be defending, but she defends every one of these belts on AEW against Olympia. And I want to shout out Olympia, her body, amazing. And I'm not talking about on some like checking her out shit. I'm talking about this woman is in shape. Like, yo, she's gonna beat the hell out of Mercedes Monet. And if she goes over, I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be mad though. Because the dopest thing about Tony Khan and AEW to me is why he's keeping me involved in wrestling. Well, one of the reasons. Their partnerships are real partnerships where I'm watching AEW, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get a vignette or a promo from a wrestler I never seen from another company, and they're gonna market them, and they're gonna not market the word market, yeah, market them, but they're gonna present them to a new fan like me or just a wrestling fan in a great way. Where I never seen Olympia, I never seen Persephone, two women wrestlers from CMLL who are fucking amazing. We never seen Stephanie Valcara who decided to go to WWE instead. But again, that was AEW who got her there. Without that AEW match with Mercedes Moné, she never makes it to WWE. She tried out for them, and they said no years back. And then she went to CMLL doing her thing. They had no eyes on her. Then she wrestled Mercedes Moné, and instantly they they snagged her out of her contract because of how great AEW presents these wrestlers that the world in America has never heard of. So that's why I love their New Japan um partnership. I do believe Stardom and CMLL. Like I really do appreciate how Tony Khan presents these Latino, these Japan, and obviously African Americans just here. How he presents black wrestlers. He presents every ethnicity or racial background, whatever you go by. He tries to show you guys at your best, at your highest, and that's one thing I love about AEW. So, excuse me. So Mercedes Monet defeated Persephone in Mexico at CMLL, defending her title, the women's world champion over there, and beat Persephone and said, "Hey, since I came to Mexico, I'm doing an open challenge for AEW Fright Night, but y'all got to come to America." And Olympia is the one who answered that challenge, and I am looking forward to that match because this is a match that Mercedes can lose because the downfall of Mercedes, a lot of people think it's on the horizon. I don't mind. She's my favorite woman wrestler, so I don't care if she does or not. If she does start losing, it makes sense. If she doesn't, it also makes sense. Like why? Just like when people are like talking about fucking Cody over there in WWE, why make him heel? Nigga, what the fuck? Every kid in the world loves him. Same with Mercedes Monet. Everybody loves to hate her. So why are you gonna make her lose to satisfy everybody when everyone on the internet talks about her winning to hate? So fuck it, let her keep winning. So people keep talking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested in that. Then and I love the cohesiveness of how AEW is. All these are stories, I'm telling you. Konosuke to catch the story. Well, let me do it at the beginning. Starts off Darby Allen. Darby Allen, aka AEW, versus the Death Riders. Did I even I'm so sorry, you guys. To go back to that first match, I'm so sorry, y'all. Clearly I'm new at this pod and shit. And this YouTube shit. Orange Cassidy announces blood and guts after that very first tornado tag match. And I'm very excited to see the blood and guts and the women's blood and this is gonna be the first time ever there's gonna be a women's blood and guts. There also is gonna have to be some audible on what women participate because there are people who are injured and I understand that. But back to the main topic, the cohesiveness of Darby Allen, aka AEW, versus the Death Riders. Then they promote Blood and Guts. The very next was Don Callis saying, "Hey, bro, like they've been disrespecting you, Young Bucks. Like the Young Bucks story about them losing their EVPs in AEW, their title. Excuse me. And then the tag team division, a great story told within that great match. Though also pushing for Brodito, who they're gonna face. Excuse me. Right after that, the vignette for Samoa Joe, the world who's gonna face the world champion. Obviously, a little foreshadowing that he was gonna win the match. I was hoping he didn't, but he ended up doing it. Then right into the Don Callis, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kazuchika Okada's story. Then into Mercedes Moné versus Olympia defending her CML world title. Then right after that, a very short promo of Chris Statlander calling out her opponent at Full Gear, who is Mercedes Moné, who is gonna fight tonight. So right after they debuted who's Mercedes Moné is gonna fight at Collision, they did a backstage promo of Chris Statlander, who's Mercedes Moné opponent for the pay-per-view. Like just how it's everything made sense. It's not like, oh, why the fuck did they do that? Like, or damn, they just gave that person time to talk, like, for nothing, like, you know what I mean, or whatever. Chris Statlander's promo, short, sweet, straight to the point. The dopest thing about Chris Statlander's promo, let me see. Another thing that I do want to show you, I gotta show you. So much love to Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander definitely won Halloween. Chris Statlander won Halloween. I don't give a fuck when no one says Chris Statlander won Halloween. Chris Statlander. Shout out Chris Statlander, man. Stat Daddy, man. Look at Chris Statlander, man. Chris Statlander shows up to the promo, and it is time for you to eat, baby. So come on. I'm going to go feed it. Give me 1 second. All right. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had to feed my dog. So Chris Statlander shows up backstage to call out Mercedes Moné, and she dressed as Goku Black. Already a fucking W, right? And then obviously it's just a quick call out. So she's like, hey, like she wants to get her hands on her. And then the dopest thing that she says in the promo though, she's like, oh, and if you're looking for me, I'll be the one holding the title that you don't have. The AEW Women's World Champion. That was such a fucking bar. Headshot. If you're looking for me, I'll be the one holding the title, the one title that you don't have. The AEW Women's World Championship. Oh my God. She dropped bars on her. Like, that shit was fire. That shit was great writing. Right after that, they went into the Kyle O'Reilly versus Moxley match. And my notes for this match was, bro, I want to shout out Moxley. So in the beginning, I said Darby Allin is like #1 candidate or a candidate for MVP for AEW. Moxley is right there with Darby Allin. Both of them are the #1 contenders for me. My opinion, that doesn't matter. For AEW's MVP of 2025. Like, without one of them, AEW isn't where they're at in 2025. Like, these two are the MVP of AEW for me right now in 2025. Hangman also has an argument too. I would say Hangman has a great argument in 2025 for MVP. But so I love how selfless Jon Moxley is, where he paired himself with Marina Shafir to help her out, and now she's super feared amongst the whole women roster. He got Daniel Garcia, who seemed to be super stagnant in 2025. Like yeah, he had the dance, and that's cool, but it seemed like he was just stuck. And then now they paired him with the Death Riders, and I love the trajectory and the direction where Danny Garcia is. The ring gear changing, the music changing, and the finisher changing. Everything. I really like how Moxley, it seems like he is the locker room leader. I really feel like Mox has a high respect for Kyle O'Reilly, and you could tell because this is the second match. Moxley could have easily went over. Moxley could have been like, nah, I'm going over Kyle O'Reilly. Like, I lost to Darby Allin at the pay-per-view. I'm having a match on Dynamite, and I'm winning, so I go over, like, to make people not forget that I lost, but, you know, to get back on the winning, the right end. And instead, if y'all haven't watched the first match on the first Dynamite after the pay-per-view where he tapped out, said I quit to Darby Allin, he had to disqualify himself so Kyle O'Reilly wouldn't make him tap out. He literally punched the referee in the face to disqualify himself because he didn't want to quit or say, he didn't want to tap out or say I quit to Kyle O'Reilly. This is the second match, right? Second week in a row. And he doesn't put himself over. Instead, he doesn't win dirty. Instead, Kyle O'Reilly has him in this headlock. His legs are wrapped around him. And they're outside of the ring. and both of them, they both get counted out. It's a double count out. So instead of going over both times when you know that Tony Khan would have easily booked this match to get Moxley back on the winning end, he showed super respect for Kyle O'Reilly, and he continued um, the rivalry of Death Riders in the AEW locker room because Kyle O'Reilly is part of the conglomeration who's going to be in the Blood and Guts match. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wrote down in my notes. So I am the money chat. When I said the tornado tag match ended, and I was like, oh, I forgot to announce Blood and Guts. Nigga, it wasn't during the tornado mag match. In my notes right here, Blood and Guts. In my notes right there, it's after this match. So they double DQ each other because they both get counted out, and then that's when the Death Riders come out and they're jumping Kyle O'Reilly. Then Roderick Strong comes out. The AEW locker room comes out. Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe. You know what I'm saying? Everyone comes out. And then that's when Orange Cassidy does announce Blood and Guts. So that was dope. Very excited for that. Not saying more excited, but very excited for the women's version of Blood and Guts. We actually did get everybody that's gonna be in Blood and Guts. I think I could show you that. Let's see. If I just type in Blood and Guts, will it come up? Where are the Blood and Guts for 2025? 2025 Blood and Guts. AEW Blood and Guts 2025. I know they got a graphic for it already. Let's see. Come on now. Y'all making it more difficult than it gotta be. Like, it don't gotta be that difficult. I do want to show y'all the contenders. I know obviously it's Death Riders versus Conglomeration and Darby Allin. But exactly who is in it? Is it like Roger Strong, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe? That's 5, correct? And then that would leave the Death Riders, obviously Moxley, Yuta. I can't find the graphic, so we're just gonna say Moxley, Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Daniel Garcia. Does that make the most sense? Is there someone that I'm missing out? Is there someone I'm leaving out? I don't think there is anyone I'm leaving out. I do believe I just hit it on the head, and I can't find the graphic for you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I can't find it. Anyways, so I think those are the 5. For the Blood and Guts. That was dope as fuck. We come back from commercial and Mercedes Moné is dragging Chris Statlander, and she's getting her to the ring. She's pulling her out to the ring. Then Chris Statlander reverses it and slams her. So now Chris Statlander got control, and who comes out? Athena. Athena comes out and helps Mercedes Moné, and this new team of Athena and Mercedes Moné that are gonna be in the tag team tournament, they just look fire, bro. And they just got aura, and they just look like. I know the internet is gonna hate, like, oh, you just want to strap up Mercedes again, but like, bro, the moves that they do, like into one another, like the lung, whatever Mercedes Moné calls her sig, and then she gets up, and then Athena hits the old face, like, bruh, the shit was just, it was fire. Willow comes out, my baby Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, they come out to make the save. After they make the save, there's a very good vignette for Bandito, and I do believe it was his grandmother. First time seeing him wrestle at the pay-per-view. So there's a vignette on Bandito, but they're showing this, And while I'm watching it, I'm like, again, this goes to like Tony Khan presenting uh Mexican and luchas to the highest. You know what I mean? Like making them look so great. And while they're showing Bandito and he's the Ring of Honor World Champion, the developmental brand, and the AEW World Tag Team, and on all these pay per views, and having storylines with Konosuke, and this is how you build a star and create a superstar, like a superstar, a main event star. Might be the first Mexican AEW Men's World Champion in the future. Like Bandito is a superstar at this point. And then someone that was fucking amazing at the last pay per view, um, who no one thought that would get super over in America, Mascarada, and now Mascarada and Bandito are gonna have a match tonight, part two, because we didn't see part one. I believe I don't know if it was in CMLL or Ring of Honor, but we didn't get to see it. If I don't, I only see television. You know, when Ring of Honor is not televised, so I didn't see that match. But this is part two, and we're getting it on AEW Collision, and I think this is a huge, huge spot for both of these luchas, and I can't wait to see this. Right after that, they went into the first match of the women's tag team champion, first ever tournament, and it was Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata, who I said on the last episode, I really, really like this team together. I really like this team together. The finisher move that they did is fire. The headbutt, Queen Aminata's headbutt into Jamie Hayter's Haterade lariat, fire. So I was like, hey man, if Megan Bain, there's so many fire teams because before I even thought about doing a podcast and Julia Hart first recruited Sky Blue, I thought these two was the most fireest team of young women together. And I'm not gonna lie, their presentation for the Triangle of Madness is amazing. When it's just Julia Hart and Sky Blue, they're called Sisters of Sin. So I'm like, dang, I'm torn because I really, like I said, I really like both teams together. The match started. Like I said, I really thought Jamie Hayter and sorry, yeah, Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata was gonna win. That was my initial thought when the match started. I'm like, oh, they're gonna win. There was a lot of back and forth, and what I want to say is I love how they give every match. There is squash matches in AEW, but I loved how these women for the tag team tournament and all the time in AEW, they actually have a spot where they get enough time to tell their in-ring story and also get in their bag. And on multiple episodes, I mentioned how Sky Blue was coming back from injury, and it looks like all the rust is off of Sky Blue because of the amount of time they allow on TV. Because you can practice all you want, but I'm pretty sure everyone has that. Oh, this is my first match back from injury, or my second match, and last match I did a botch or whatever. And then now just Sky Blue is back to being amazing in ring. And I love the length, I love the tempo and pace of this match. There was a spot towards the end where I like the writing. Um, Julia Hart gets out the ring, so Jamie Hayter is chasing her, right? And when she's chasing her, the ref's not paying attention to that because Sky Blue and Queen Aminata are in the ring fighting. Tekla is under the ring and hits her finisher, which is a spear. Julia Hart then goes back in the ring and they double team Queen Aminata. And that's how the match ends. Sisters of Sin move on. And I'm not mad at this call. I'm like, Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue, like I said, and Julia Hart have been a pair for mad long. And they should have chemistry. And now that they have a faction, in wrestling, it's like when a man has a faction and has a real faction, it's like, oh, you want to give him the tag belts, the mid card belt, and then the leader gets the main belt. You know what I'm saying? And he's that dude because of the numbers game. So why, when a woman has a faction, or what are the names of like mega big women factions? You know, and it's like I really love how Tony Khan is making the Triangle of Madness like very important in the women's roster because they are a faction and they have the numbers. So that finish to me was fire as fuck, and I love the Sisters of Sin moving forward in that tag division. And I think they debuted a new finisher move. I think that was a new finisher move. Right after that, more promo time for a woman who was my actual favorites to win the whole tournament, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Unfortunately, is that booze? Yeah. Say Penelope Ford is injured. She got injured on a moonsault in on the last show, and it fucking sucks. Cause Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, Megan Bayne already had aura, but I feel like after Halloween, the world was literally getting a like they was picking up steam like Penelope Ford was also. Like people was talking not only about Megan Bayne but Penelope Ford. So I it fucking sucks that she got hurt. And I will say her body language in the promo, what I thought was cool, and I don't know if they're gonna play off of it or if she was just, playing her role. Um, they hit a crazy audible, which was a money. Marina Shafir. So Megan Bayne is like, hey, before I teamed with Penelope Ford, I've been making this women roster bow down. Bar. That was a bar. She said, I've been making the whole women roster bow down. So if there's any other woman that wants to step up, I still want to be in the tag division. Marina Shafir step up and they're facing off, and she's like, hey, I'm not here to fight. Like, I hear you. Like I'm down. And Moxley shows up, and Moxley's like, these two together? Bro, Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne in the tag division. And I think we're getting, not I think, I remember correctly, we're getting their first ever tag team match tonight. Most likely be against jobbers so they could get a win under their belt before they have their tag team tournament match, which makes sense. So I'm looking forward to see what tag team moves that they do together. If they're gonna make a name, if Megan Bayne is gonna join Death Riders, I'm very interested to see where they go with that. After that, it was the main event. Main event. So again, this whole card just flowed. This whole card had direction. This whole card, everything was on point. The main event starts. My first note is Samoa Joe is too over as a heel. Not in a bad way. I was just as in a shock way. I'm thinking this dude just turned on Hangman Page, who everyone loves, the main character, and he is over. The Joe, Joe, Joe. They're still chanting Joe. Like they're still chanting this shit. Sorry, y'all. I need to like overcome this. I know. It's just I don't understand. I don't understand. But it's just so itchy. But so yeah, Samoa Joe is super over, and I'm like, I was shocked. I'm like, dang, I thought that we'd get some booze, but nah, that motherfucker was over. So then Ricochet comes out next, and I love Ricochet's presentation right now. The way that Tony Khan is building Ricochet to make us forget the horrible booking, the horrible character they had over there at the other promotion. Ricochet comes out with the one piece whole outfit with the demand, and then now Bishop Khan and Toa Longa, they take it off him. Toa Longa, I believe that's how I say it. Toa Leon, Toa Long. I'm sorry, I gotta learn it. Say his name. Sorry. But they take the robe off of him now, like as he walks, and I think that's fire. Like that's a money shot. They need to continue to do that. That shit's fire. And the Gates of Agony. I'm sorry, brother. I was pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry. No disrespect. Again, I said in the last episode, I saw you guys live in Boston. I have major respect for the demand, but also just Gates of Agony by themselves. So again, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. So then Hook comes out. Hook's entrance. I like Hook's theme music. Hook comes out, super New York. And then I love how Bryan Danielson and everyone is saying the history of Hook and Samoa Joe, of the ops, like I told you, and also of Hook and Samoa Joe's AEW Men's World Championship match, where Hook surprised the whole world on how good he was. Then, of course, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, the almighty Bobby Lashley, comes out. And boy, Samoa Joe was over. But I'm going to be real. Ain't nobody, but Bobby Lashley is so over in AEW. I fucking love it for him, bro. Like, I fucking love the way that AEW is treating Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin. He is so fucking over, man. Like, it was OD. It was OD. This match, 5-star match, this main event, fucking amazing. And then also this match changed my whole viewpoint of Samoa Joe winning. And I was like, oh shit, I actually like this idea. And this is actually fucking fire for Samoa Joe and Hangman to continue this rivalry. So, the match starts, and when the match starts, there's a spot where Ricochet's in the ring with just Bobby Lashley. The match starts, they get Bobby Lashley gets Samoa Joe out of there. Dang, I just cut my hand. He gets Samoa Joe out of there, and it's just Hook and it's just Ricochet and Bobby Lashley in the ring. The crowd chanting, "You fucked up," right? Well, it was Hook. It was Hook and Bobby Lashley. Ricochet's looking at Hook, and he backs into Bobby Lashley. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, he don't want to look behind him because he knows it's Bobby Lashley. Obviously, he's a big ass nigga. And then the crowd, "You fucked up. You fucked up." You know what I'm saying? Then Bobby Lashley gets him out the ring. Now it's just Bobby Lashley and Hook in the ring. They're face off. Now the crowd is chanting, "We hurt people. Hey, yeah, we hurt people. We hurt people." You know what I'm saying? Like, Bobby Lashley is so over. Like, he had a face off with both people and gets the crowd over him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was insane. Then Ricochet does a spot where he does a suicide dive out the ring to hit Bobby Lashley, right? Bobby barely goes on one knee. Ricochet is falling down too because he jumped out the ring in between the ropes to do the suicide dive. He's getting up. This new dude, Samoa Joe, gets back in the ring. Samoa Joe's big ass does the suicide dive to both of them and takes both of them out. Like, the pace of this match, every match had a great pace, but the pace of this match is literally nonstop. This move made this move happen. This move made this guy end up in this position because it's a fatal 4-way. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything made sense, and there was no spot where the crowd wasn't involved in this match. Definitely, I literally wrote down perfect pace of match, perfect speed. We come back from a commercial, and Samoa Joe does the walkaway spot to Ricochet. Like, literally, like, bro, this match didn't miss a beat. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Samoa Joe does this like, he don't give a fuck spot in mostly all of his big matches where someone will jump off the top rope, and as the wrestler, most of the time, like, wrestlers are like all days and they get hit or they catch the person and reverse it. Nah, Samoa Joe just walks away and then the dude falls. Like, he just jumps for nothing. So we literally go from commercial, we come back, and that's the first spot we see. Like, that shit was cool as fuck. And from that spot, I have the crowd really got behind Samoa Joe. We had a couple Joe chants. Joe. You know what I'm saying? Chants. Wait, hold up. Oh, all right. So after that big spot, I have Bobby Lashley gets Ricochet out of the match, out of the ring, and for the first time, we have Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe face to face, just them in the ring, and there's a huge pop. There's a huge pop. And this is the moment where I'm like, yo, Bobby Lashley should fucking win this match. I really wanted Bobby to win. I wanted Bobby to win so bad, but it was great to see Bobby, like, in, obviously it's not a singles match, but it's for a singles opportunity for the AEW world, the men's world champion. Like, this is the direction we're going in, and I really, really, really like it. And I would love still for them to get the trio belts, the Hurt Syndicate. There was a huge pop, like I'm saying, with Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley just one-on-one. So I would love for them to revisit it. They're going blow for blow, you know what I'm saying? Not out of nowhere. Bobby Lashley does the one-arm spine buster to Samoa Joe. From that one-arm spine buster, gets Joe to roll out the ring, turns around, catches Ricochet, jumped off the top rope. He caught him in midair. Now he has him like this. He flips him in the air and catches him on his shoulder and does his signature to him. The one-arm spine buster is one of his new signatures to Samoa Joe. Then does a finisher / signature to Ricochet. It's literally a 1-2-3 count if fucking Hook doesn't roll back in the ring and stop the pin. Hook saves it. So man, what the fuck? Now it's Hook versus Samoa Joe in the ring. Ricochet gets involved, and this is when Ricochet goes Super Saiyan. Ricochet goes fucking Super Saiyan at this moment. So Hook saves the match, stops it, right? He ends up, pushing Bobby, off of the pin. Hook, Samoa Joe, little face off. Now Ricochet gets involved with them. Bro, Ricochet does. Bobby Lashley is outside the ring. Samoa Joe is outside the ring this way. Ricochet runs, gets momentum from the rope, right? And does a flip and hits Bobby Lashley, lands on his feet, gets back in the ring, gets momentum this way, does the same move to Samoa Joe out the ring, lands on his feet. Both of the big men are down. Ricochet is in Super Saiyan mode right now. Ricochet goes to the top rope. All he got to do is hit Hook. He hits Hook off the top rope with a Shining Star press. Literally almost wins the match. Again, Ricochet or Bobby Lashley was my favorites and who I wanted to win this match. After he does the Shining Star press, it's like, I can't even explain it, but with my hands, if he's standing up right here, he flips backwards. Right? You get This Is Awesome chance, which y'all know, most important chance in wrestling. Ricochet gets the This Is Awesome chance, and they're fighting for a little bit, and obviously it's getting towards the end of the match. And fucking Ricochet, the refs paying attention to Samoa Joe and Hook in the ring. Bobby's trying to get back in the ring, and Ricochet hits him with a steel chair, and Bobby no-sells it, looks at him, and he's like, what the fuck? He jumps off the apron, and he's chasing Ricochet. And while he's chasing Ricochet, Hook is looking that direction, and he gets caught in the chokehold, bro. And by the time Bobby Lashley realizes and turns around and starts running to the ring, fucking Hook taps out, and Samoa Joe wins, bro. Like, oh my God. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, it keeps the Hurt Syndicate and the demand story going, so I fuck with it. But I was literally like, we were so close to getting Bobby Lashley in that AEW Men's World Championship conversation and image and picture right now. But I guess it's not time. After that, one of the dopest promos I seen in wrestling, and it's so cool that AEW is just so original, man. So before I was a fan, I guess Hangman dressed like for Halloween, and I don't know what the costume is called. It's not the fucking Michelin Man, but and he attacked his opponent. He was in a Halloween costume, and he come to the ring, and no one knew he was under the mask, and boom, attacked the opponent. So it's Halloween again. That same costume is now coming out. There's multiple Halloween costumes coming out, and Tony Schiavone is congratulating the Samoa Joe on his win, and he's like, "Hey, you need to do the contract. You need to sign the contract right now." So he presents him the contract. Samoa Joe. Now all the it's like 5 of them, different costume guys, people in costumes. They're in the ring, and then the ops come out to congratulate Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe's like, "Hey, like, before I sign this contract, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in the most safest place. Like, yo, ops, take care of this, cause I already know I seen this movie before." So the ops, Shibata and Powerhouse Hobb knock out all of the people in costumes, and then the one last dude that's in the costume Hangman wore before on Dynamite, they rip the mask off, and it's not Hangman, and Samoa Joe still knock him out, right? And then they throw him out the ring. But while all that happened, Tony Schiavone had to get out the ring, right? Samoa Joe gets the mic and he's talking shit. He's putting Hangman on notice. And Tony Schiavone starts talking again. And then on the camera, you see Tony Schiavone, he's like walking back out, walking back into the ring. And he's like, let's take a drink to celebrate. And at the end of the toast, he's like, and may long reign Hangman Adam Page, the AEW Men's World Championship, cowboy shit. And when he says that, he removes the mask, and it's Hangman Adam Page dressed as Tony Schiavone, the same way because Tony Schiavone was in a mask, like I forgot what them parties are called, but he was dressed like a Phantom, the Phantom of the Opera type shit. You know what I mean? So Hangman was dressed in a fat suit and had the Phantom of the Opera, had the wig, everything like Tony, looked just like Tony Schiavone. No one knew, and he's behind fucking the ops. And Samoa Joe and the ops are looking at the hard camera, and he says, "Cowboy." He's like, long reign the AEW Men's World Championship, the embodiment of cowboy shit, Hangman Adam Page, and he rips off the mask. And he takes out both Shibata and Powerhouse Hobb, gets Samoa Joe, low blows him, and then buckshot lariat. Nigga, buckshot lariat. Nigga. And that is how AEW ends. And then he gets on top and he's just whooping his ass, and the fucking refs have to come out, separate it. And Samoa Joe's all dazed. He's like, all fucked up. And Hangman is like, enraged. And that's how the episode ends up ending. That's where the AEW thing comes up, and it's just fire writing, and that promo right there made me be okay with, all right, Samoa Joe getting another shot, because then I also think, and that's the end of the notes, and I also think to the fact that Samoa Joe already said that he's getting closer to retirement. So for the fact that AEW, they know he's a main eventer, and in other promotions he wasn't respected as such, but here in AEW he is a big like, I wouldn't just say bad guy because I wasn't gonna say a big bad guy, but now he's a big bad guy. But he wasn't always a bad guy. Where I would like, he is a main eventer. Like, Samoa Joe on the mic is Samoa Joe on the mic. I would say is a out of 5. If it's out of 5, playing like the My GM mode, he's like a 4.5. Like on the mic and in ring, he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So as a wrestler, like, you have to like. You don't have to, but the way AEW does people's retirements is just second to none. It's just the best. They put the utmost respect on him. So for him to come out and be like, "Hey, this is almost gearing towards my retirement," and then for them, I'm not convinced that he loses no more. Like, if he ends up beating Hangman, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be mad, because if he's gonna get another AEW World Men's Championship run before he retires, this this is how you present him as a he does a huge heel turn. He still is a trios champion. They just beat the Hurt Syndicate. I know it was a dirty win, but who cares? They're heels. And then he's having a great program where Hangman Adam Page, and there's a lot of people injured right now. I wouldn't be against Samoa Joe winning and then losing to Jay White. Obviously, Jay White could be the person to beat Hangman, but again, like I said, giving him his last two Raw when other promotions never put the world championship on him, and he's clearly a main eventer, I think it's a no-brainer. And again, I'm not mad if Hangman beats him, but I'm just happy that now I believe that Hangman can lose. So I'm not gonna go into full gear like, oh, this is another like Hangman is gonna win. It's probably gonna be a cool 5-star match, but who cares? With like the story is born, but the story now is peak. So there's so much to look forward to tonight. We only have a couple hours before Collision. I did want to give my review before Collision comes on tonight, so I'm glad I got to do that. Again, this is Alexander LeGrand. This is the Forbidden Door Podcast. If you did enjoy this episode, please hit